Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have a brand new tease and a bit of a new reveal in anticipation for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from dorksideoftheforce.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as an overall garnering source. Jon Favreau has recently taken to give us some new teases, some new anticipations, and even some new reveals for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, especially as it's in the midst of its filming and its production. Jon Favreau says that he is quite excited to finally bring Grogu to the big screen. The Star Wars franchise on the big screen had started out with the Skywalker Saga films as A New Hope and The Force Awakens, and then has expanded with spin-off tales such as Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, or Solo. While fans have 11 live-action films in total to watch on Disney+, there is much anticipation as to what will be the next live-action Star Wars movie to hit cinemas, The Mandalorian and Grogu, in May of 2026. And so, in a recent Twitter post from Scott Sanders from the Disney Cruise Line blog.com that had featured an interview clip with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, Favreau talks about what fans can expect and to anticipate for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, the follow-up to the Disney Plus debut series, The Mandalorian, of which there are 3 seasons, will be the first big screen appearance for every kid's favorite, Baby Yoda, aptly named Grogu, the cub to Din Djarin's wolf, who recently helped to reclaim Mandalore in the series, if you will. Director Jon Favreau is quite enthusiastic about the opportunity to tell a brand new story on the big screen, with these established characters from The Mandalorian and the Mandoverse, explaining that part of what we're setting up is to have something that rewards people who have been with the show since the beginning, been there with Star Wars since the beginning even then. He is excited to capture the scale and the scope of the movie, and to also introduce the titular characters to new audiences. With Grogu being quite placed firmly in the film's title, he also has teased the importance of Grogu's character, and that the audience will have to discover about him and what he has to tell about that. And so, while Rogue One was a story about a group of rebels who successfully stole the Death Star plans, we see Princess Leia giving to R2-D2 in A New Hope evidently and eventually inspire its own highly praised spin-off series Andor, which its 2nd season will be coming out promptly in the spring of 2025 next year. Likewise, The Mandalorian will be the first Disney Plus series that spins off into a movie. We've never seen anything like this until now. There were other rumors long ago that there were films in development for Obi-Wan Kenobi and for Boba Fett, but have since then instead become Disney Plus shows instead. However, it is confirmed with a May of 2026 release date that the Mandalorian and Grogu dynamic duo is next up for their very own film, and it is currently in its production and filming right now. Whereas of to Rogue One technically takes place between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, Grogu's next journey takes place between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. One thing that has made The Mandalorian so popular as the flagship Disney Plus series is that Jon Favreau has quite captured the aesthetic and the tone of the original trilogy as well, while implementing something new. The long-form storytelling of the series allows for a fun-side adventures and a monster of the week kind of scenario, which lends itself to Dave Filoni's style of storytelling throughout the Clone Wars animated show and Star Wars Rebels animated show, with his credits including those classic animated shows. Pedro Pascal is the star who plays the face behind the armor of the main character, but it's hard to say if we'll actually see his face in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, as he's currently busy with Marvel Studios and the Fantastic Four movie, by which if you are a Marvel fan, we have our Marvel channel linked in the description down below. So back to that initial report from Scott Sanders on his Twitter profile or X profile, and with that clip from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Jon Favreau says all of that there in quotes, to have worked with these characters and also the people behind the scenes as well, and to come back together and to have the scale and scope of the big screen to tell this story with characters that people already know in a brand new adventure. Part of what we're setting out to do is to have something that rewards the people who have been with the show since the very beginning, been there with Star Wars since the beginning, but also since we're on the big screen, it's an opportunity to reach out with a new audience to a whole new audience with a new adventure all at the same time. And certainly with Grogu, all of the kids who know that is, and this is an opportunity to bring them into the theater and to show them who this character is and what he's really about. And I need that quote right there. Really just some high enthusiasm, some high praise for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, what it's going to offer, what it's going to do for the franchise, and how it's going to build bigger and better and do different compared to pretty much every other Star Wars show that not just show, but even movie that we've seen before, really in particular movie, because with the Star Wars movies, those characters we don't know. We haven't seen them before outside of that movie per se. Like, of course, as I had mentioned, for example, we saw Andor in Rogue One, and then we saw Andor in his own Disney Plus show, or vice versa for Obi-Wan Kenobi, for example. With the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, though, however, this time around, these are already pre-established characters. We know these characters. We've seen these characters before in the Disney Plus shows and iterations, and this time around, as I had mentioned, it's very reversed, where we're seeing a Disney Plus show spin off into a movie. That in itself is just very exciting and very just something to really look forward to, and something totally new and fresh with these characters here all at the same time. He also mentions how it's an opportunity to reach out with a new adventure to a whole new audience as well. It isn't going to be that quote-unquote same formula, if you will, as a Disney Plus show is exactly, or would be, as many people have kind of complained about in years past. I never really thought that the Mandalorian show, or even its counterparts, its spin-off shows like Ahsoka or like Boba Fett, ever really did that quote-unquote formula. That was more something that Marvel Studios had fallen into, with a bit of a trope or trap with that. But it really is going to be completely different to see these characters on the big screen this time around, already being pre-established. It gives them an opportunity to do all the more, and they're really just able to dive and jump right on into the adventure of things without pre-establishing a whole lot. This all being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.